Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is a bit of a longer art video for you. I'm starting a new project of a children's book I'm busy writing. It is about a little bunny that runs her own little market stand, I think. So at first I was just going to post all the line work and then the next day post the actual painting video. But I decided just to do everything in one video, so they're going to be a little bit longer, but I think they're going to be worth it. If you'd like to follow along on the journey and see how this turns out at the end, please like and subscribe, and I would honestly really appreciate that. We do art on this channel, we do gaming on this channel, so a little bit of everything. So this is the first page in the little bookie, and it's going to be about 40 pages, so about 40 videos for you guys. And I'm going to record everything. So like any sane normal person, our little Bonbon starts her day off with a nice morning cup of coffee in her carrot shaped mugs. And she's eating carrot cake for breakfast and she loves carrots. The main color theme I chose for this book was greens, browns, golden, yellow, blue, and reds, and then oranges and stuff like that. But yeah, you'll see that as a reoccurring theme throughout the entire book. I also try to add little knickknacks everywhere, like a little bit more clutter. Backgrounds is not something I normally draw, but I do love drawing backgrounds, and I figured why not give myself a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to try and link the book onto each video. I'm going to probably sell it on Amazon, probably, if you're interested and you want to purchase them. I'm also going to sell them as coloring books, so if you want to paint your own version of the story, you can absolutely do that as well. I'm just outlining our little bunny. This in itself took me about 10 hours, this first page. It's because I was so finicky. I wanted it to be absolutely perfect, but the paper I used, and I used it for a lot of pages in the sketchbook, is very absorbent. It is a watercolor paper, but for some reason it is so thirsty. So I had to double, triple layer certain areas where I'd normally only need to do like 1 or 2 layers. I had to do like 5 or 6 layers in certain areas just to get smooth effect. Yeah. So I had to redo the voiceovers in these videos because the website where I got my royalty-free music that you can use for YouTube changed their rules, where you have to get a code for every video you use the song on. And I can't find the music I used, so I can't get the code. So I was just like, I'll re-record it and not use music at all. It's whatever. So I think what I'm gonna do is try and keep the same shade and tone throughout the whole book. This is the biggest project I've ever done. I've done two small children's books before. The first one was about 8 years ago, and you can see I did it about 8 years ago. The second one was last year, I think, or the beginning of this year, where I did a little birdie one, but it didn't have enough pages to upload, so I'm just keeping it aside until I have another short one. I can combine the two and upload that. Hopefully soon. So what I'm drawing in right now is the greenhouse. She's got about 2 greenhouses in her property, and she absolutely loves gardening. It's her passion. She's a little green finger bunny. And it's me just adding some clouds and stuff and getting ready to move over to painting. I did try and add as much detail as possible without taking away from the main focus, which is Bonbon. Okay. I'm using the Sakura Koi watercolor set. I absolutely love it. And then the liner I used to line everything was just a regular gel pen. The gel pens are what I found to be the easiest not to cause bleeding in your drawings. So like ink bleeding, you know what I mean if you paint with watercolor. And for me personally, the gel pen works fantastically because if you leave it to dry nicely, you can go absolutely crazy with your watercolor paints and you don't have to worry about that. So all that patchiness is because the paper is so dry. I have to layer it a couple of times just to get an even tone, which took a little bit longer than what I would have liked for each of the pages, but it's totally fine. I also try to use different tones for all the wood texture because I didn't want it to be like a flat color background. That would kind of make it boring and defeat the purpose. So just a couple of different tones made such a massive difference. You'll see in a second what I mean. And I also try to add some dirty spots here and there, um, just to make it look like the table, make the table look a bit more used and the house a bit aged. I decided to jump in with the blue and just get my sky in already. Because I knew I was going to have to layer the sky a couple of times. Then I realized my sky was a bit dark, but I tried to lighten it up a bit. You'll see me do that in a second. Just getting all the tones and colors in nicely. Leave a comment what your largest art project is you've ever done. This is mine, so it's pretty massive. Actually, I did do a 7 art series. I didn't upload anything else before I was trying to get my YouTube channel to grow, where I drew a bunch of wildlife with charcoal. I think I'll do that again in the future as well. Because they came out so nice and I'd like to draw another elephant. Ooh. So, for the context of this book, most of the animals in the town where Bonbon lives close to is mostly small creatures like bunnies, cats, squirrels, and stuff like that. The bigger animals are more in the big cities. They're not in the book, but that's just kind of the idea. And Bonbon doesn't really want to leave town. She loves the small town life. She loves her gardening. She thinks it is absolutely the best life she could have. That's me just trying to get another even layer in there. I think I even pulled out the heat gun after a while. I was like, this is taking forever. And the tape wasn't really working either, so I did figure out later on that blue tack works absolutely perfectly for this. I wanted the table to look like a rich wood, like a deep red, and in the background to look more like almost a yellow ochre, but not completely. She's got like a mix of all sorts of different woods in her house. Getting some shadows in there and doing another layer. I pulled out the big brush for the top there. I was like, it's taking too long. Okay, it's me just mixing another layer and going back in. Little Bun Bun she's got like a golden tone to her, with a very soft brown undertone. You'll see in just a second what I mean. And I also wanted to include like the soft pink inside the ears. think what would have looked really cute is if she had like a very dark brown spot over her eye. That might have been super cute. Try to give her some blushing cheeks as well and get the pink undertone in there. So it's super early in the morning. The sky's just starting to change color here. It's before she needs to go get ready for the day and get ready to go into town. Decided to put the glass in for the greenhouse so long as well. And just get all that ready before I move on to all the little knickknacks and the mountainscape as well. And she's enjoying a nice little carrot cake for breakfast. I did decide just to go over her tone again just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth because of the paper. Oh, there's something in my eye. Okay. So you'll see I tried to stick with a certain color scheme throughout the entire book. So you'll notice a lot of blues, oranges, reds, and browns and greens, and then a few odd colors throughout as well. Um, the grey is very minimal, it's just to highlight certain things a little bit more. All her little ladles and stuff. And then her carrot cake obviously needs to be orange, and I decided to go with a sort of green topping just to make the orange pop a little bit more. It could be like some sort of lime topping for the carrot cake, I'm not sure. Maybe. And time to start filling in the little knickknacks. So we've got a lot of little plants in most of these pages. Got a little candle decoration and some vases and cups and buckets and cookie jars everywhere. She likes her knickknacks. Yeah, and then I decided to go over towards the grass and the mountains in the window just to get those in so I can actually start painting the lavender stem she's got up growing beside her house. I didn't want to draw too much attention to the mountainscapes. I didn't want to put too much insane amount of detail back there. So I just did like a very flat tone in the background because I wanted the focus to be her in the kitchen doing her morning routine. Certain spots of this paper is just so weird. No matter how much paint you put on, it just stays the exact same tone. It's like it completely repels the paint. It's so weird. I don't know what what it was. Um, I did go back every now and again. You'll see me go back and go over some of the little wood panels just to make it a little bit different every so often so that it adds something a little bit extra to the entire piece. And I decided I wasn't happy with the shade of the roof, so I went back and went in with the lavender. Okay, so her absolute favorite color is blue and red. So she's got a blue little dress with a red fur skirt. The front thing people wear, I forget the name of it in English. It's just to protect her dress from getting dirty when she's gardening. I wasn't quite happy with the tone of the background. It looked very unfinished. I just went in with another layer just to get it the way I prefer it to be. I wanted to kind of keep the theme of the cookie jar down there and decided to make the little polka dots on the stuff different colors, just like the cookie jar. Her cups are mostly themed around carrots because I just thought that would be adorable. Yeah, I'm all over the place, place when I paint. I like to focus on certain things at a time. I did like that green a lot, and I really hope to be able to use it in more of the pages. It's like a very, I don't really know how to describe it, but I really like it. It's rustic almost in a way. So she buys most of her plates and pottery and stuff from a little shop in town, a little pottery place. I don't know why my phone kept tilting like that. I tried to figure it out. I think I figured it out because I'm using a weird little ring light. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm getting a little bit sick. But it's not the most stable of ring lights, so it kind of wiggles sometimes. It's adding a bit of detail to everything, and kind of like that little bowl I'm busy working on there on top looks like a circus tent hat thing. I don't know, it's weird. Um, and then a lot of blue. She likes blue. I think that the curtain turned out quite nicely as well. I went in with a little bit of a darker tone for the blues just to break the lighter colors a bit more. Didn't want it to be too dark though because it is a children's book. Got my glass of water ready. A little bit more of a wood texture on the wooden panels as well. And we are almost done. I think the wooden background on this piece took the longest out of every other piece I've done so far for this book. I think I'm about 5 pages in now at the moment, so but no, there is a couple of more pages that have a lot of wood in it. It's gonna have to mix a thicker batch for that. I was trying to see which red I preferred, so I did like a little swatch and tasted it out. Decided to go for this one and just do like a very subtle, okay, not subtle, it's red. It's she likes the red. Some of these things in the background. See, on that little red vase, there's a spot where it just doesn't want to take. I did decide to make the little front pouch thing a little bit darker, just to make it pop against the blue a bit more. And then the polka dots. Was there an easier way to do this? Absolutely. Did I do it? No. I went in this way. All the polka dots, and I think it looks cute. So now I'm just going in with my Lyra polychromo pencils, just to add a bit more detail here and there. Not too much though. The most of the detail goes towards Bonbon, because she's the main focus. So you'll see me put in a lot of more detail on what I want the main focus of the page to be, and on this page I want her to be like the most important. Oh, those were my actual watercolor pencils. I wanted to add some more detail towards the rooftop because it did look a bit flat to me still. So I just went in with the watercolor pencil, laid down some shades, and went in with the watercolor pen. Adding a bit more detail to Miss Bonbon. Oh, those are the Lyras again. And then my favorite part of any of them is adding the white highlights. It just absolutely makes everything pop so beautifully. And the focus is exactly where I want it to be. So that is the first page. If you made it this far into the video, I wanted to say thank you so much for listening to my sick voice explaining everything to you. If you'd like to see more, please consider liking and subscribing, and these will be uploaded once a week. So you can expect them around about the same day every week to be uploaded, around the same time as well. I'm going to schedule them as much as possible. So like I said, there's going to be about 40 plus pages of this, so there's quite a bit. And I'm having a great time with this book, and I hope you guys enjoy watching me paint it. I did do a little bit of a close-up there for you so you can see most of the details. Leave a comment what your favorite part of this drawing is, or painting is, and yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm very excited to finish it and have everything ready to show you guys. I think it came out absolutely perfect. The photos I took didn't come out so great though, because my flash was on. But you can still see everything. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.